Your access level has recently increased. Excellent. Incoming message.
Welcome, agents, to episode 59 of Behind the Scanner. Your hosts for tonight are Andrew Crew from Arlington, Virginia, Frank Martinez from Los Angeles, Daphne D. from Washington, D.C. Our special guests tonight are Kristie Robertson from Nova Scotia and Trampis from Texas. Joining us for the Weekly Truth is Jose Antonio Rey from Operation Essex. And for a look inside the scanner is Fev Games. I'm Kelly Colton. Welcome to the show. Join us during the broadcast in our live chat room on our website, behindthescanner.com, and click on Chat. The Q&A tool is enabled for tonight's broadcast. Submit your questions throughout the show, and we'll ask as many as time allows. If you know someone who would make a great guest, submit their information to us at behindthescanner.com and click on Guest Suggestions. You can watch past episodes and subscribe to our channel at youtube.com/behindthescanner. Or you can listen to audio-only episodes at soundcloud.com/behindthescanner. And now, your hosts of Behind the Scanner.
Oh, you did it. Everybody's got to take a shot. You said you were going to do it, Mr. Martinez. Like Nostradamus over here. There you go. Now you can talk. No, now we have a vibration too.
Busted.
Have we lost audio? He's lost audio. Can you hear him? Can anybody hear him?
No.
No, nobody can hear you.
It's live. It's live.
Everything was good up until we did the video. All right. Well, I will. Good evening, agents. Welcome to episode 59 of Behind the Scanner. We'll see if we can't get Frank's audio going here in a second. Everybody knows the drill by now. You know what we do. You know why we're here. So let's not waste any time and get started with the show. Tonight, our first guest is Kristie Robertson. She's an agent with a name that epitomizes one of my favorite drinks, yeah, because it's got Guinness in it. So actually anything with alcohol I pretty much like. But Agent Black and Tan is joining us from Halifax, Canada. So with that, welcome, Kristie. Oh, now you're muted too. That's 2 shots that the guests have to do. You guys, you're going to get everybody drunk before the show's even over. There you go.
Am I unmuted? Can you hear me?
You're good. We can hear you now.
Excellent. I'm glad to be here.
It's going to be one of those nights. I can tell already.
I can tell, yep.
Well, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. Coming from the lovely, it's actually Nova Scotia, correct?
Yes, well, Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Both. Yeah.
Not the United States.
Not the United States. It is, in fact, in Canada.
Right. I think we fixed that pretty quickly. So
we did. It's good.
Well, I like your agent name. I'm a fan of Guinness, specifically, and Black and Tans are also a weakness of mine. So how did you come about it? Is it your favorite drink? Why did you choose that name?
I get that question a lot. A lot of people assume it's my favorite drink. When I chose the name, I didn't actually know it was a drink, and you just educated me that there is Guinness in it. It's from one of my favorite blues songs to dance to. It's called, the full name of the song is Black and Tan Fantasy by the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra. So I understand that we would assume it's from the drink, but it's not.
All right, well, So it's no secret how I feel about the shard game, but for you, I was reading that shards are essentially what got you hooked into the global game. Is there any particular reason why? Can you share a story about that?
Yeah, I was pretty involved locally, and I had a few connections locally just from people. Because of where we're placed, people needed some help moving some keys, and a few things needed to be cleared for some larger ops. But I didn't really understand how intense the global game got until it was just a weekday. I was hanging out with my boyfriend. We had taken the day off just to chill. We finished making breakfast. We're starting to get a movie ready to go when we started receiving Hangout messages from people. We had no idea who they were. So just random people contacting us. We soon found out after talking back and forth with them that there was a shard headed our way. I think it was actually already here. This was during Helios, so the shards were moving every hour too. So they were pretty stressed about it. The blue team had brought it to Nova Scotia. Neither myself or my boyfriend had a car, so we were scrambling to try and find something. We had never been contacted or asked for help with something so big before, so it was super exciting for us. And we managed to find a car that we could rent. Took the bus over to get the car, and then drove the 3.5 hours it took, and found an extra agent. It was super exciting for us, and we actually succeeded in intercepting and moving the shard out of the Smurfs' hands. So it was that really, I made connections that day, and it was super exciting. I know I keep saying it's super exciting because I'm still excited about it, but that got me hooked on the global play.
Right.
Well, I'm sure that you're going to be getting a lot of invitations after appearing on this, because you're kind of in that strategic location on the East Coast that everybody wants to link fields from and to. So enjoy that. But
yeah,
real
thanks.
quick, we had some technical difficulties with one of our guests, so I don't have the ability to message them directly, but Trampis, who's our second guest waiting in the wings, but if you're listening out there, can you try to mute your Nexus device, because that vibration is coming from yours. So we'll just have to roll with it. He's limited in what he can connect with. He was able to join us tonight, and he's on a mobile device, so we're gonna try to make this happen. But all right, so Frank, are you there? Are you back with us, buddy? No, still can't.
Was that a Frank noise? No,
I can hear you, Trampis. We need you to mute your device, though, Trampis.
I just muted it, so it should be okay now. Hopefully people will stop pinging me.
You can also mute your Hangout notifications too. That'll go a long way.
Yeah, that's what I just did.
Okay, all right, perfect. Frank, no audio from you yet, buddy? No. All right. Is it?
That's so sad.
Yeah. Well, Frank would probably be asking about the setups on your G Plus profile, and there's some really good-looking mega fields, and obviously you've got a strong team locally, but I think I think we're all curious about your cross-faction Operation Guiding Light. Did both factions already have an established good relationship between each other, or how did it go working together?
It went really well working together on that op. It was our first cross-faction op, so we didn't have much of a working relationship beforehand. Everybody was nice to everybody else. There were no problems, but we hadn't worked together as an Ingress team before. It was fantastic. We got almost all of the active agents came out to play. I think there were maybe one or two who weren't able to make it just due to prior commitments. And we completely cleared the peninsula of both blue and green portals, except maybe 95% clear, but that's quite a feat for us, for anyone really. So it was the first time we had seen the peninsula neutral, which was just fantastic to see, and to see everybody working together to do that was really encouraging to me, and to I think everybody else on the team. We had some great relations after that, and I mean I love working with the blue team. That's right. I mean, when we have to. It's no, they're great. I mean, we fight them, but we work with them too, and it was a huge success. People were really antsy by the end of it. Like, can we link yet? Can we link yet? Because we had a ceasefire on the peninsula, so it was hard to hold them back while we were trying to get those screen caps of the op, but. We saw some of the worst linking we've ever seen once the ceasefire ended. It was great.
Well, speaking of working with the Blues and really cool things, can you give us a little bit more detail on this? How is it that you helped create the first Blue PA farm in your area?
We didn't really help so much as we did it all ourselves. It was I know. The reason for making the blue farm, there were three reasons really. While there was more blue players, there were at that time. They were kind of hibernating, and we were really bored. So we were bored. We wanted to give them something to help encourage gameplay, and we also wanted to take making the first blue farm away from them. So we got together. There were 8 of us. It was pouring, and it wasn't a nice warm rain. It was one of those freezing cold, miserable rains, like downpours. There were 8 of us huddled in, sharing one person's data, I might add, huddled in this playground structure, trying to take shelter from the rain, while making these level 8 portals to flip to blue. It was awful. We probably wouldn't have that kind of dedication to do our own op, but we had a lot of fun doing it. And I mean, we did see activity from the Smurfs after that for a little bit until we took it down.
All right. Well, just a note to everyone watching. You can interact with us live in our chat room on our new website, behindthescanner.com. And just go there and click chat at the top. See the screen. All right, well, Christy, outside of Ingress, you recently invested in a new business. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, sure. It's been quite the adventure for me, and the 2 lovely ladies I partnered with. It's kind of a franchise that we went in on together. It's called the Canadian Optical Warehouse. It's the head office is out of Trois-Rivières, Quebec. So it's just we sell eyeglasses, and what we're trying to do is compete with online pricing. I mean, the society has kind of become used to paying outrageous prices for eyewear, and while the technology has advanced to be able to reduce the costs to customers, a lot of the companies aren't reducing and passing on those savings to customers. They're just keeping the extra for themselves, right? It's business, and people are used to paying those prices, so why not? But we find that, I mean, we would rather see customers coming and getting personal, professional service to get, I mean, it's something as important as your eyes. You should be getting it properly measured and tested to get it. But we also understand the draw of really cheap glasses. Like, if it goes wrong for $20 or $50, it's not nearly as big a deal as $500 or $800 for a pair of glasses. So we're trying to stir things up in the optical world.
Awesome. I'm back. How awesome is this?
Yay!
Oh my god. I only had to restart. So, since I missed a little bit of your story, let's start with when you're not dancing around farm to field. What other kind of dancing do you do?
I actually do, there's 2 styles of dancing that I do mainly. It's swing dancing and blues dancing. I've been dancing for 9 years now. 9 years. That's crazy. Okay, time flies. But I was really involved with the Dalhousie Swing Dance Society here in town, the local university. I started when I was in university. I started teaching. I mean, when I started, there were maybe 15 of us, and we grew the society into a society that gets 100 registrants every semester for the beginner lessons. I mean, I was teaching, and I travel for it too. I mean, I love it. I prefer blues now, even though I started it later. Both of them are partner dances. Swing dancing is a lot more. There's a lot more energy in swing dancing, and it's really fun to watch. It's very dynamic. They both have structure, but there's a lot of play, and it's the play that I like. I love being able to have my own say in the dance and have a conversation with my partner.
So a little bit off, but I have to ask because swing dancing, I think we're all pretty familiar with. But how do you blues dance?
I get that question a lot too, and it's really difficult to answer. It's like, I want to say fancy high school dancing. Like, there's actual structure, and there's a specific posture that you need to have in order to have a proper connection with your partner and be able to communicate. But it's just, it's a lot more intimate than swing dancing too.
I'm intrigued.
Pardon?
I'm intrigued.
You know, check it out on YouTube. It's pretty good. I mean, yeah, you will have to.
You know, this is being broadcast on YouTube, though. You could just stand up and give us a demonstration real quick.
I don't have a partner. I don't have a partner.
There's a partner behind the door. I know somebody's somewhere, right?
Nice try.
All right. You know, we mentioned that you're from Halifax. That obviously, you're Canadian. But I kind of doubt it because you don't really have what we in the States kind of stereotype you with, and that's like the French accent. But you actually, yeah, doesn't everybody from Canada have a French accent? I thought that was
well,
like
you seem to think so.
I know.
Say the word about.
About?
It's
not a boot.
You got
it. Someone said like that Canada is where the French people have British accents and the British people have American accents.
There you go. I think that's pretty true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The point is, though, Christy, you actually speak French, correct?
Yeah, I do.
We're coming full circle. We're getting there. Stay with us. There's a whole story here. So, do you have ancestry? Did you just decide you wanted to learn it? Was it?
My mom made me do it.
There you go.
But once I hit high school, I fell in love with the language and started doing it for myself, which was really good. I'm glad she made me do it.
That's good. Hopefully my son will appreciate the torture we're putting him through these days.
Just tell him to do it for the girls. It'll pay off.
Oh, you know what? I think he's too young to really understand what that means, though.
Yeah.
Exactly. And something else I find kind of interesting, actually really fascinating, is that you've got a degree in neuroscience. And we kind of talked a little bit about the business you started, but besides that, do you do something in that field? How does that relate to what you do?
It wasn't, I mean, I didn't take it anticipating starting this business. I was doing neuroscience and French, like the double major, just because they both interested me. I mean, the French I had been learning my entire life, and I didn't want to lose my abilities, because you don't use it, you really do lose it. And I've experienced a little bit of that, but I've been trying to keep it up since. But they're both very helpful in the business that I've started. The optical world has some of the background that I have from my neuroscience degree. I mean, how the eye works and the anatomy and physiology of the eye. That's helpful in understanding how it all works, right? And how important your eyesight is. But the French as well. I mean, as I mentioned, the head office is in Trois-Rivières, Quebec, and that area is not known for its English abilities. So, I mean, all of my training and the documents that we get, the memos and everything is almost all in French. So, with that, it's required for my job, really, to manage the store. We need someone who can speak fluent French and communicate with our support at the head office.
Okay. Well, not really professional related, but what is this about you stealing a car?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I didn't really steal a car. I more borrowed the car, but somebody did almost call the cops. Because I had the key. So it wasn't really stealing. It's from my parents, right? It's what happened was it was my first big op. It was our first big field over Halifax that I had done. I was a level 8. There were 3 of us. We had spent almost the entire night trying to get this field up. Somebody else had done the plan. I was along for the ride, and I was having a blast. It was probably around 5 a.m. when we got to our last anchor, and it was blocked. There was a low-level link that had been missed during the scan, and we couldn't complete the mission. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I couldn't go to bed. I couldn't go to bed like that. But the other agent had to work, so he picked up his gear. He dropped me off along with the other agent at my parents' place, where it was 6 a.m. I couldn't wake them up and ask to borrow the car. I had a key. It's not stealing. So I took the car. I later got a call, though, from my dad in a complete panic saying somebody had stolen the car. He was about to call the cops, but thought he should call me first, just in case I knew where it was. And I did. So, yeah, I was told I couldn't do that one again. But it's a good story. Everybody knows how serious I am. I will steal cars to finish my fields.
All right.
We were successful. It went up. I can
only imagine if like somebody actually called the police and you said that, and they're like, "Sure, you borrowed it."
I've got the key.
Sure. I don't hear that one every day. But speaking of dedication, is it true that you also sometimes in the evening hours will defend your farm in pajamas?
Yeah, I'm hardcore like that. It's I mean, yeah, I will. It's a little embarrassing, but it's way easier. I live half a block from the farm, so it's easy, right? It's way easier to get out of bed and put on a jacket and not change pants. Right?
Yeah. And whose responsibility would it be, right? You're so close. You can't not do it.
I know, right? So yeah, I've left it once in a while. Once in a while, I just don't want to get out of the bed.
I can't say that I blame you. I'm
really.
Yeah, I'm not wearing pants right now. It's just comfortable,
no.
right? So.
No, don't, no.
All right, let's transition on to something else. So aside from your work locally, you do a lot of operating globally and observe how other teams operate. Is there a cool method or trick that you've learned or that you've maybe adopted that you wouldn't mind sharing with our audience?
I'm really still learning in the operating world. I've learned an awful lot, but I think I'm still learning too much to be able to share anything of use. The abilities that I've observed though of the global operators or the operators that I've encountered they're incredible. To see how well they can herd the cats, as we say, it blows my mind. I hope that someday I can be that good.
Yeah, some of those professional ones out there. I mean, there's guys like Brent Hollett who I think he's probably got like a holodeck where he just operates from and everything. It's just up there.
I would believe it. I would.
So I know that I think maybe due to time constraints, we don't really have the ability to take viewer questions. But there's one question that I can't let it go. It was from Beauregard Bittner, and he wants to know if x is equal to the infinity of whole numbers and y is equal to 9, would you like some toast?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes. Okay. Yes. We'll say yes.
Right. What would you put on your toast?
Depends on the day, but maybe some peanut butter. As long as it has no sugar.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some homework. I'm going to give you some homework. When this is over, go ahead and Google Yay Toast.
Yay
Yay
toast.
toast.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm writing that down right now.
And click on the video link. It is so much awesome happening at one time.
Excellent.
Yay toast. Okay.
All right, well, it's now time for that BTS tradition where, for better, for worse, we give every guest at the end of their interview 60 seconds to talk about whatever they want, give a shout out to whomever they want, show off a talent like the jazz dancing or blues dancing. So please, by all means.
Well, there will be no dancing, but I do have two shout-outs that I'd like to make. One, of course, to my local team here in Nova Scotia, because they're absolutely phenomenal, and we, as a team, could not do what we do without each and every single one of them. So a huge thanks to them. I also wanted to shout out to Chicago Enlightened, because when I traveled there for dance and had nowhere to stay, they took me in. They found me a place to stay. They put me up, and they helped me get my my black illuminator with a lot of work. They were very, very welcoming, and I want to thank the Chicago Enlightened for that.
Nice. Anything else?
No, that is everything. And you guys, I mean, of course, that's a given. I don't even have to say it.
Well,
It's been a blast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. Do you have We've got the Hi, can you hear me? All right. Do this as best as we can. Christy, thank you so much for being with us, and such a great opportunity to meet with you.
It was wonderful. Thanks so much, Daphne. And everybody.
Nice. All right, well, before we get to our second guest, although we did a little bit, it is time for the Weekly Truth. And this week we have Jose Antonio Rey joining us from Lima, Peru to catch us up on what's going on in the Ingress storyline. So please welcome Operation Essex investigator Jose Antonio R. to the show.
Hello everyone. After 2 weeks off, or 3 weeks off, I think, it's great to be back here at Behind the Scanner to share with you what's been going on the Niantic storyline. There's one special event I would like to recall. This last Saturday and Sunday, this last weekend really, we had the San Diego Comic-Con. The Comic-Con is a very, very special place for us investigators because it was the first time Taiko went on stage to try and reveal to us what the Niantic project was, or what were portals. So we know that Taiko is going to release a new comic book that is called Ingress Origins. He's been working with it. We had John D. from the publishing company a couple weeks ago here at Behind the Scanner, and we know that Taiko is working on this book. However, we didn't know much about the graphic novel that Taiko is going to release. This last Comic-Con in San Diego, there were a lot of clues and a lot of information. There was a lot of information of what was going on with it, and we also know that Ada was separated from Clue, and Clue went missing. Clue also reappeared in this Comic-Con, as well as P.A. Chapeau. So Comic-Con was an essential place for all investigators. There were 30 missions plus 2 bonus missions on the event, and these last 2 bonus missions revealed some message that HB, which we suspect is Henry Bowles, was trying to deliver to both Clue and P.A. Chapeau. So it is in fact a lot of stuff that's been going on the storyline only this weekend. We also saw some posters that were distributed in Comic-Con, and it's kind of interesting to try and see what these posters are and how the posters are related to the book. There are some pictures of Clue. There is also an investigation board We do not know if we are going to have an investigation board again. We are not entirely sure. We're trying to find out all the details. But in the meantime, all we know is that we have some new posters, some new images that we believe were drawn by Tycho. So that's basically what's been going on the storyline. However, if you recall a couple of weeks ago, the SoftBank Ultralink was released. And I mentioned a very special name that I knew I was going to see in the near future, and that was Akira Tsukasa. Akira Tsukasa has also developed this new Ingress client for Android Wear. If you can see correctly, I'm not sure if you can see my screen correctly, but we can actually launch Ingress from here, and it's going to boot Niantic software. It says booting Niantic software. It lets us see nearby portals and hack nearby portals as we pass by. The only action we can do over here is hack portals. Here you can see a radar of the nearby portals. So these little dots and these little arrows that you can see in my watch are portals that are nearby us. And these are colored blue, green, or gray, depending on the faction. And we can, once we are in the portal is in range, there will be a little button in the center that says hack, and you can hack the portal. It will also give you a nice counter, so you know when you can hack again. And you have the little key at the top, which lets you know if you already have a key for that portal. So that's basically what Akira Tsukasa has been working on. I knew this name was going to pop up again, and I'm pretty sure that Akira is going to have some more new developments soon. But we must keep up with them. We're not sure who asked Akira to develop this client, and how Ada or the NIA or anyone can be involved in this project that is the Android Wear client. So stay tuned. Make sure to follow the Niantic Project Google Plus page. As a lot of new updates will be coming in soon, and make sure to follow Operation Essex at operationessex.org.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for that. Always, you just drop knowledge all over the place. Catching us up. All right. Let's see here. I guess it is time now for the code of the show. Should have got it ready. They're going on right now. And in 3, 2, 1. Oh my God, there's 4 of them. They're duplicating like an MUFG capsule. So there you go. These are shareable but limited redeemable codes, meaning that they might be good for 20, they might be good for 500, they might be good for 5,000. Don't know what they are. I don't know what they hold, but here you go. So since we didn't have some last week, and we're going to be handing out codes this week, here's 4 of them for you. So while you're all furiously writing them down and trying to submit them, if you have a question for our upcoming guest, go ahead and submit it via our Q&A app. If you're in the chat room, go ahead and submit one there too. And we are going to be giving away a AXA code, a MUFG code, and a SoftBank code. MUFG, I just like saying that. All right, MUFG code. So get your questions in for our next guest, Trampis, who will be joining us shortly. He's giving us a thumbs up. He's all good to go. All right. Give that about 5 more seconds. Jose's not here, so we don't have the music again. Oh. And it's going, gone. All right. Well, I was going to do a Fev Games segment. They've paid me to be their unpaid intern. Yes. But Mr. Jose Antonio Ray already covered everything. So I am just going to do a quick rundown of what they got going on, Fev Games, Ingress-wise. As we all know, Wearables is live with APK 1.81. Fev is also trying to do a bit of a capsule research to see how things actually duplicate. So here's some statistics on that, XMPs and the interest earned, and the different levels. Here's the shields, link amps, the mods, essentially. Here's how long it's taken people to get their stuff. It's some pretty cool information. So go to this, check it out if you're curious. I think you can also join as well and submit your information to help them out. They've also got some information about BAFs and the Ingress AXA redefined mobile game advertising. Yeah, so check that out. All right, let's move on. Are you there? Is your mic muted again, Frank?
I'm here.
Good? All right.
I think I'm good this time. So our next guest comes to us from Beaumont, Texas, which is home to, of all things, aside from cows and desert and other stuff, ranches, the Thomas Edison Museum. Wait, wasn't he from Ohio or New Jersey or something like that? I'm sure our guest will know. So welcome, Trampis Spears, Agent T-Smart.
Oh, Trampis, now you're muted. Hold on. We have to do it on our end.
It's like a mute bug. It's just rotating through this whole space.
I tell you, we have no Niantic guests on this week, though, so it should not be happening.
Wait,
Right?
it's been turned down, not muted.
No, he's muted. It's got the icon with a microphone and a slash through it, so he's not muted. Oh, I hope this isn't the mobile bug that hit Brian Genevieve. All right, we're going to give him a second. Can you try to unmute yourself or disconnect and rejoin, maybe? All right. Why don't you try that? Try disconnecting and reconnecting. There's an issue with Hangouts, and it seems to only affect the mobile client. If you join via a phone or a Nexus tablet or something along those lines, randomly, if you mute yourself or you get muted, you won't be able to unmute yourself. So Google, if you're watching, there we go. And I can hear myself as well. Massive echo. At least the audio.
And then some.
Do you have headphones?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. We can also hear us.
Oh, yes. I got the bits and pieces. Go ahead, Rupert. If you ask a question, ask it again.
Can you put in headphones?
Give me just a second. Hey, is there any way to
Echo.
Everything's working at like 8:59. Always happens.
Alright. Nope, I stopped.
What now?
Test. No, still getting massive echo.
No, they're not coming through. I know. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear each other.
Hold on.
I feel like
Just like a cool off.
phone or
Remember at 8:59 when I said don't touch anything?
It's not happening.
Alright. Well, you're live. We can hear you. We can hear us.
Awesome.
Give me a minute to try to work it out.
Okay, now I can hear you.
No.
No, I think you hear us. We're just.
So Trampis, the issue is that we're hearing ourselves whenever we talk through your feed. Your microphone is really turned up.
Alright, maybe I can adjust this a little bit. Does that help any?
Test. Nope.
Does it help any?
Testing.
Testing?
You sound fine. Us that can hide it.
I can hear y'all, but you're just breaking up in increments here and there.
It's your speakers. You're using the speakers of the actual device. You need your sound to come through your headphones.
I have no way out. I'm kind of stuck with this.
All right, let's try. Let's be a little trickier. Jose, you want to try that?
Testing.
I hear you.
Okay, so the little problem we're going to have is the viewers are going to listen to us fine, but here in the Hangout, you're going to hear the echo.
And
You're only coming through in waves.
Well, we might have to try this another day. You can't get the headphones to work at all?
Give them a shot. Hey, Ted. Are those any other sets? They're only set. Headphones? Yes.
really cool.
This.
Nobody knows.
Testing.
You got feedback, man. It's looping in somehow.
It's not working, man.
Oh.
Story of my life.
Might have to. Testing. Yeah, we're testing. Sorry for watching right here.
It's not working.
The black and tan.
All right. Well,
Wait.
Oh, what just happened?
No, he got muted. That's what happened.
Bummer.
So, I mean, we can we can mute him and then talk, and then unmute him to give the response, or we can just try it again at a later date. All right.
Is this the part where we vote?
I guess so. I'm not really sure what to do.
We can ask Christy the questions we were going to ask.
I guess with the technical issues is probably. I mean, I don't think we're going to hash it out in the next 10 or 15 minutes. So I kind of feel like maybe we should reschedule Trampis when we work all this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is we're kind of booked up for like a long time. So let's try to do this. Let's give this a shot. Let's ask a question, and then we'll unmute, and then he can talk, and then we'll mute, and we'll ask a question. And theoretically, if Jose does it quickly enough, just keep the camera on Trampis, it should be okay.
We should just check for Jose's thumbs up in the camera, and then we can talk.
Just look for the mute icon on Trampis and see if it all works. So, all right, fuck it, live TV. Let's just roll with it, right? All right. So, Trampis.
Let's do this.
The first thing you wrote, you know what? I'm gonna give away the AXA, the Mudfug, and the SoftBank codes right after this. I'm not even gonna pick somebody. It's gonna be first come, first serve, and I'm gonna throw in a bunch of other codes for anybody who's sticking around. The first thing that you wrote on your guest questionnaire is that you're an AFOL, not an a-hole. What does that actually mean? Now, hold on. We have to unmute you. Wait for it. Wait for it. Is it? He's got to be unmuted. Come on. The icons are. What's going on? He shows muted on my screen. He's not muted? Still muted.
It's the bug. It's the bug because we muted him, so now he can't unmute.
Damn damn it, Google, get your shit fixed!
And we actually didn't have a Niantic person on this time.
I know,
No,
right?
it's the mobile platform. It happens with the mobile platform.
This is what happens when you use some small indie company to run your show.
Yeah.
Like Google.
Yeah. And you know what? We tested this before the show, and he muted and he unmuted, and everything worked fine.
Yeah,
So you know what?
You're right.
We might just do another special Ingress happy hour tomorrow night, perhaps, with Trampis. We'll see if he's available. So, all right. For those of you who are watching out there, get ready. I'm gonna rattle off. I'm gonna rattle off a code. So the first person to redeem it is gonna get it. So the first one is for an AXA shield. And host Stephanie, I see you there. It's not shareable. It's not multi-redeemable. Don't try to steal it from our viewers who've been wading through this mess. All right, it is 8. The number 8. B as in Bravo. E as in Echo. 8. Z as in Zulu. The number 5. The number 4. P as in Papa. E as in Echo. D as in David. 8. B. E. 8. Z. 5. 4. P. E. D. That will give you a AXA shield.
Mine. Just kidding.
All right. I'll give you guys a second to punch that in. And the next code is going to be for the MUFG capsule. All right. So for the MUFG capsule, it is J as in Juliet, H as in Hotel, the number 32, U as in Uniform, H as in Hotel, 4. I don't know if these are L's or 1s, but I don't think it actually matters. So it's LLP. So JH32, UH, 4 LLP, or 411P for the MUFG. Give you guys a few more seconds to try that out. The next one is going to be for the SoftBank Link Amp.
Nice.
V as in Victor, B as in Bravo, W as in Whiskey, L as in Lima, E as in Echo, W as in Whiskey, G as in Golf, 8, X as in X-Ray, 8. Victor, Bravo, Whiskey, Lima, Echo, Whiskey, Golf, 8, X-Ray, 8. And now, if you are in our IRC chat room, which you can find by going to behindthescanner.com and clicking on chat, I'm going to post a bunch of codes in there too. So, we got, these are shareable, multi-redeemable. I don't know what's in them though. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. And there's 5. There's 5, just like our code of the show, 5 of those codes in our chat room. You can go to that by going to behindthescanner.com, clicking on chat, come up with a fake name, come up with a real name, whatever you want, join it, and you'll see them in there. Because they're multi-redeem, they should be good, unless people put them in code chats and share them out until you get there. So, with that, I guess that's all we're going to do tonight. Trampis, if you're available tomorrow night, give us a thumbs up. Are you still there? Is this video frozen? No, I think he gave us 2 thumbs up when we mentioned it. So we will try to reschedule Trampis and get him back on tomorrow. We'll do the behind the scanner after dark happy hour. He could be our guest. You guys can ask him, pepper him with all sorts of questions. Alcohol, although not required, will probably be good to have. So yeah. All right, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you for joining us tonight. Anybody else have any last minute things they want to say?
No, but yeah, good luck with tomorrow's show, and thanks for joining, everybody, and being patient with us, and enjoy those codes.